Hello, my friends. I am just waking up. I have a little bit of gravelly voice still, mainly due to the fact that I am sleeping at a rest stop in the middle of nowhere, Washington State, on the east side, where there are a lot of wildfires. And I did crack my window a little bit last night, just to have some ventilation, but I think that was probably a poor choice, because the air quality out here is not great, but the temperatures were so high yesterday that my van was cooking, so I needed a little bit of air. I am proud of myself, however, for actually not getting myself an Airbnb and spending money I don't have just to sleep, because I have been avoiding rest stops from my very first attempt last year. On my first big trip I took, I had planned to spend my first night at a rest stop and tried and failed because I felt really unsafe there. I had a couple of guys who were kind of creeping me out and following me around the parking lot in their vehicle and kept parking next to me. So I ended up leaving that time and just finding a little park in the little small town that I was in and tried to sleep there. So I have been afraid of rest stops for a year. And I put on my brave face and decided to try it again, and I'm glad I did. This one here is actually quite nice. I was happy to see that where car parking is right next to where the semi-trucks park and the truckers, and I feel like I am safer being surrounded by all the semis and parking under the light by the bathroom than I would be at some of the other rest stops where you're just kind of far away from earshot of people who can help you if you need help. I feel like if I had set off my panic button, which I keep my keys next to me at all times when I'm sleeping, so that if I feel unsafe or I hear somebody breaking in, I can push my little panic button up here and set off my alarm. So I figure if I'm out here and trying to sleep and that happens, one of these awesome truckers is going to jump out of his vehicle and come rescue me. Anyways, I had a really good experience. It's pretty loud right now. A lot of people are stopping on their way to wherever they're going hiking or traveling. It was kind of noisy and busy up until about midnight, but after that, it was pretty darn quiet. There was one truck that was running his generator or his engine for a few hours, and I actually used that as kind of white noise and filler to focus my brain on to not hear the people passing by or the traffic on the highway behind me. It didn't really get busy as far as people stopping and coming and going and walking their dogs and stopping for the bathroom until probably about 6 a.m. this morning, and it's a little past 7 now, and I'm going to get up and get going because the heat is going to get really high again and the air quality is pretty darn bad out here. So I'm gonna get going and see if I can get out from under this smoke cloud before it gets too hot and I get stuck in my van to roast to death. Turn into a Jen turnover. Cute little pastry. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to pat myself on the back and say, go Jen, you did it. All rest stops are not scary. I used the I-Overlander app and I found this one, and I looked at all the comments from people who have stopped here, and they all said it was safe, and they were right. I did not feel unsafe once last night, and I actually got some decent sleep because I didn't feel like this was a place where I was going to get mugged or my car was going to get broken into or anything like that. Thank you for following along and subscribing. Please leave me comments. I love to hear from people and say hello. Yeah, I am pretty proud of myself. I faced my fear and I survived to tell the story. There was one little dog who decided that my van tire was its bathroom, but other than that, I think I came through pretty unscathed. And I'm parked right next to the bathroom, so I just gotta get dressed, roll out of bed, go do some tinkling and brushing my teeth, and fluff up my hair a little, and I'm ready to go. So I will check in again a little bit down the road when I get to my destination and decide there's something worth rambling about. Until then, you know what time it is. Excuse me. I have morning hiccups. It's kind of annoying and apparently cute. Sometimes, depending on who's with me. Anyways, you know what time it is. It's time to dance. I survived the rest stop and I lived to tell about it. Stay weird, friends.